looks like I'm up. I don't know if anybody else is here, but. Morning. What is it today? It's Monday morning, which means Sunday over there, so it's going to be a light chat today. Obviously, not so many people here. Morning, guys. Here for our last session before my break. Guess it's going to be a break, I guess. I'm getting emails, warnings from my family. You know, I said, Dave, you're picking the worst time to come over here. Worst snow in a billion years and stuff like this. So what we've got on tap today is I've got to finish the block that was up on the bench here Saturday, Saturday, whatever. And I've got one more face to do. This is not the last block. There's still one more block, and I'm flying tomorrow, so it's got to be done. Absolutely got to be done today. So we'll be starting it in a few minutes. As soon as I finish this one, a few minutes from now, we'll start the final block. Paper is out, yes, thank you very much. Thanks for the reminder. I took it out just after I got my shower up there this morning. 4 packs came out. We're going to have a full deck of printers up there today. Different jobs are going on. I know Suga-san is, what is she doing? She's starting work on subscription print number 3. Of course, we're halfway through February now, so they've got to get subscription print number 3 done. She's also, if she gets some time today, she's going to do the first test printing on Sushi Cats. Sushi Cats, Jed's Cat series is absolutely in production. The blocks for Sushi Cats are ready for testing. The blocks for Ramen Cats they're being carved right now, the color blocks. And today I'll be sending the tracing for Hanami Cats. That will go to our carver, Kawasaki-san. So production of all 3 prints in the cat series is actually underway at the same time. But then what else is happening upstairs? A little present on Ode-chan. She had a bit of extra time, I think today, before she starts her next job. I was a day late getting the sizing ready for the paper for her next job. So she's filling in this day today. She's going to make a bunch of those little prints that I put in the David's Choice video a couple of weeks ago. Those little tiny blocks that were carved by Harada-san. She's going to make a batch of those prints today. In case anybody's interested in them. We really haven't got them in a catalogue yet. This isn't the last box. The last box is coming in a few minutes. How many Sushi Cats are there? At the moment, 3. It's Sushi Cats, Ramen Cats, and Hanami Cats at the moment. We'll put them out there, see how she goes. and take it from there. Also, we've discovered that the first one in that series, the Sushi Cats print itself, I've slipped up a bit. When we did the color separations, we allowed ourselves to get a little bit out of control, and there are 18 blocks for that, and it's, I don't know what to say, it's crazy. 18 blocks. Sugi-san just looked at me like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, right? And there are 18 blocks. It's 9 pieces of wood both sides, and we've gone overboard on it. I think when Jed made it, he really wasn't specifically designing for woodblock print, and we've been a bit careless in color separations, I guess. But it's done now. It's carved now. So all I can hope at this point is it had better be popular. I think. I'm going to be in the hole for a long, long time on that one. The Ukiyo-e Heroes prints themselves, there's still a bunch of them. There's maybe 6 of them that actually I'm in the hole for. We've invested more money in building the block set and doing the printing than we've received back. Most of the early ones, of course, they're well positive. We've made a good lot of money on them over the years, the first prints that were part of the original Kickstarter. But a few of the later ones that we've put out haven't yet sold enough copies to recoup what it cost to build them, so it doesn't matter. Overall, the series is fine. And any publishing company that puts out books or something, they can't make money on every book they sell. The ones that sell well help support the ones that don't sell well. We know that. That's how it works. Movies, books. Not everything is a blockbuster. Okay, I think this block might be ready now. Just clean up a little bit here. There will definitely be more carving at some point down the line on this, because as you saw when I was carving this out the other day, I left these curves and stuff a little bit proud, so we may have to cut back some of these. It's much easier to cut back than to add more. So, okay, that block is done. Let's zoom out. There she is. Let's pop up the original just for a second. If there's new people here who didn't see what we're doing with this thing. Sugi-san will deserve a nice bonus at the end of the year. She's getting paid well for the work she does. She doesn't do this for charity. She's getting paid really well. Okay, there we are. But on the block you see here right now, as you saw the other day when we were carving it, we're trying to line it up here. This is the block that will do the dark shadows behind the trees. You can see the area here. I'm trying to get it lined up exactly. Okay, there you go. The block now mirrors the thing. You can see these are the dark areas below the trees to the right-hand side of the shrine. Then across the other side of the shrine, you can see these are the areas of dark. You can see the silhouettes of the people here, and around the people, the area that will be dark. And then, of course, 1, 2, 3 up at the top, some more. Okay, now the last block, what we've got is one of the previous blocks we did here. I kept the back surface smooth and protected so we wouldn't spoil it. This one, there was so much fooling around on the front, cutting round and round, cutting round and round, so I made sure that I protected the back so it didn't get scratched. And we have a tracing for it. to be able to put that off, I think. And this block, it needs a little bit of explanation because something might confuse people. What we normally do with these blocks is we color in with a yellow marker the places that we want to keep. So this one, look at this, I've colored in with a yellow marker this place here where the shrine has paper, and I've colored in with a yellow marker this white thing. Actually, this is backwards. What this is the background undertone. You see in the light over on the left, over on the original image here, there's a street light which is bright white, the street light itself. That's the only place on this print, along with the shrine decoration. Those are the only places where you're going to see the paper. The cone below the street light is a faint pale pink color, and that's what this block will print, that pale pink under the entire area. And I've just done it the other way around. This yellow indication here is to remind me to take this away, and this same thing here. So it's a bit backwards. I have to be careful not to make a mistake in my mind here. The yellow painting that you see here is to remind me to take those places out and leave all the rest. So this is going to be a very easy block to carve. I'm going to paste it down, cut away this, go around the border, and we are done. Oh, questions coming. Chocolate, what are you talking about? I don't understand, I'm sorry. The one extra fence piece is still here. Yeah, this is Jed's Photoshop. I'm not going to change this at this point. Have I ever provided the printing blocks to a customer as part of a commission? Yes, we did. I know a couple of years back, Jed and I, we did a wedding commission. Somebody asked, they sent Jed a sketch, and they asked, could he make a design based on that sketch, based on that rough sketch, and would Dave's workshop be willing to make a set of blocks for it and print them and distribute them to the wedding guests? And normally we wouldn't take the time to do that because, as we were just saying a minute ago, with this publishing company, we some of the prints we don't make money on because there's not enough copies printed, and that's made up for by the copies, the ones that sell a lot of copies. And just to do a wedding print like that with 100 copies for the guests, it really wouldn't be economical because there's no after printing. It's just one shot and it's done. So normally we wouldn't say yes to it, but Jed negotiated a price with the guy that made it worthwhile. So we did that job. Jed did the design, we cut and printed the set of blocks, we made a set of prints for the wedding guests, and then they got the whole package, the prints and the blocks. I suppose they're just keeping them as decorations, I don't know. But it cost them. Jed negotiated a good deal that would pay us. That was what, about 3-4 years ago? I don't remember. 5 years ago. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Let's get this out of the way. It feels a bit strange today. The last stream for 2 weeks. It's crazy, you know. I've been doing this now for, it's not 2 years yet. We started when? We started in August. a year and a half ago, I guess. It's a year and a half we've been doing this streaming. It seems crazy it's that long already, you know. Every morning, 6 times a week. I used to do it twice a day back at the beginning. We did it in the morning for North Americans, and then we did it again in the afternoon, late afternoon for Europeans. I just couldn't keep it up. There was just no way. And at the shop, you can't tell. You know, in the morning, there's never anybody here at 8 o'clock, so I can control my own time. It's up to me. Get up, get a shower, get breakfast, bang, bang. But to do a stream in the afternoon, we were doing it at 5:30, I think. I couldn't control my own time because all kinds of stuff goes on. People come, people don't. Stuff happens, stuff doesn't happen. It was impossible for me to control the use of the time. Okay, questions, whatever, conversation. Oh, Jed's here. Pre-recorded morning streams is a backlog. Yeah, right. Pre-recorded 14 streams. Give me a break. I'm not sure it's actually a vacation anyway, you know. It's simply I'm getting out of the shop here to go and see my family, my mother and my grandchildren, you know, and my kids. Huh? It's not a vacation like beach and stuff, you know. I'm probably going to be busier over there than I was here. Because kids want me to go there, kids want me to go here, do this with the grandchildren, see my mother, you know. This is going to be just every day, you know. And then anything snow. So, and they're all warning me, Dave, bring your ski boots, bring parkas, bring this. There's apparently 6 feet of snow or something in Vancouver. I don't know. Well, my mother warned me about it, you know, whatever. Okay, so as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we're doing this one a tiny bit backwards. Normally what we would do with these tracings, areas are highlighted in yellow, and those are the areas we leave, and we cut away everything outside it. But because this time around, highlighting everything to be left in yellow would have meant painting the whole surface with yellow, it just wasn't worth it. So I just simply flipped it over. We are going to we are going to take away the street light, and we're going to take away the white, what's it called? I forget the name of the thing in front of a shrine. There's some white paper hanging. I've forgotten the Japanese word for it. I can't remember. I don't know. You know, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The white paper, coiled paper thing hanging in front of a shrine. So my vacation is going to consist of hunting up bran muffins. So you've got it. It's research, actually, part of this. I'm going to hunt up some good bran muffins, and then I'm going to ask my daughter. One of my daughters lives downtown. I'm going to ask her to take me to some good deli/cafe type places. I want to look at some menu items and take some notes and take some pictures. Research for an upcoming Mokohankan project. Upcoming is the wrong word for it. Future, potential, possible Mokohankan project. If you've read our blog post years ago about our future vision for Mokohankan, you'll know what I'm referring to there. So here, this will be the brightest part of the print, as it should be, the street light itself. This will be totally washed out. It'll be just white paper. We can't get any brighter than white paper. Right there, that's the brightest part of the print, along with the folded paper things. Anybody got a name for these? Yeah, actually, John's making it. Should have done other than yellow. I normally do this in red marker. I keep two markers. We keep the yellow for the ins and the red for the outs. But the other day when I was doing this, I could not find them here, and it just wasn't worth spending 5 minutes going out to buy a new one. Have you ever been to Nelson, BC? Yes, many times. For 10 years, more than 10 years, I worked at and was manager of a music company in Vancouver. It used to be called Northwest Musical Services. Why they would have called it Northwest, I don't know, the guy who started it. Sounds like it was based in Seattle. But anyway, it was a Canadian company based in Vancouver. And this is the early 1970s. It's late 1960s to early 1970s. And they were a music company that supplied schools. So school bands, school choirs, and stuff like that. And I started there as a gopher in the warehouse when there was only 3 or 4 people in the company. And I spent the last 5 years of my time in Canada as manager of the place. It's now long gone. The guy who ran it gave it to his son. Well, he passed away, left it to his son, and his son sold it to one of the competitors. So it's gone now. But it was a big deal. In its day, it was a big, important company in the life of school music in British Columbia, Western Canada. And we traveled everywhere. We brought the music to the schools. We had an old bus, a BC transit bus that used to run on Broadway in BC, in Vancouver. And we bought the old bus. It was a diesel thing. We converted it to a music shop. Shelves of school music, band music, choir music, orchestra music and stuff, all down the length of the bus. And we drove it to different schools all over Western Canada, from Vancouver right up to places like Fort St. John and Rupert and across to Edmonton and down to Winnipeg and you name it. I never drove the actual bus itself. We used the bus for the first 2 years, and then Bill, the owner, used to drive it around. He was that kind of guy. And then once he got employees, people like me, we could not handle that bus. We didn't have the right licenses and stuff. And it was also too unreliable. So we got rid of the bus and we got a Winnebago motorhome, which we outfitted with sheet music. And I drove that everywhere. Farthest area I ever got with that was Saskatoon, I think. I didn't get it to Winnipeg. All over Western Canada. So Nelson, yeah, I've been to Nelson any number of times. You drive it into town, go over to the high school. The teachers would come out and browse in a Winnebago. I nearly crashed it a few times, nearly killed myself a few times too. There was one, we had to get from Vancouver. We left Vancouver one morning and we had to be at a convention in Calgary. the next morning. So it was just drive straight through. Left in the afternoon in Vancouver, just drive right through the night into the night. Through the Rocky Mountains. Through the old Hope-Princeton Highway. I don't know what it is. I think there's a new highway there now, but the old Hope-Princeton Highway was a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Okay, and that's it for this block. Take out the light and take out the paper decoration. And now all the rest is just go around the outside. Moko cannoli. The Korean hot dog place is going gangbusters. It's a long weekend here, and the line outside there yesterday didn't stretch as far as our shop, but my God, it was insane, insane. If it's on my flight, will I watch the documentary? Yes, of course, but it's not on Air Canada that I know of. But I'm going to check. The minute I get into that airplane seat, I'm going to punch up the thing. Wouldn't that be funny? Sit there watching my documentary. The person next to me, I'm like, are they going to notice this or not? That would be so much fun. Yeah, the wood popper, it's a sewing machine needle. That's all. I told you. We've had this many times. I get a piece of wood, drilled a hole in the end, bombed the sewing machine needle inside. It's a real thick, it's an industrial sewing machine needle. The kind for sewing canvas and stuff. That's all it is. And won't that be fun if the documentary's on my flight? That would be so much fun. Play Mr. Cool and hope that people notice, but sort of hope they don't notice and whatever, you know. I've only ever seen it once. They flew me over to Toronto for the premiere of the thing at the film festival over there, you know. So we go into the place and sit down and they show it. And it's like on this huge screen and I'm like, wow, this is so much fun watching myself. And did I say that? Why did I say that? Remember, none of this was scripted. It was just chatting in front of a camera and the guy cut and pasted all whatever he wanted, you know. Anyway, we see it in the film festival. It shows, it's 90 minutes, it's over, clap, clap, clap. They asked me to go up on stage, answer a few questions, that's it. Then out we go. And I haven't seen it since then, and the producer has refused to give me a copy. He's absolutely refused to send me one. I gave up asking a long time ago. He's like, no, Dave, it's not licensed for Japan. So I said, well, you know, what do you mean not like? Just send me a DVD or something. He said, no, it's region controlled. It won't show in Japan, you know. Then he told me, get your daughter to buy it and send it over to you. What? You know? So no, I haven't seen it since then. You know. It's okay. The story's worth more than the film. It's okay. You know. Yeah, but if it's on the airplane, I'll watch it once, maybe twice. What's this? What's this? Already? Oh my God, it's 8:30. Look at that. Look at that. Hey.
That's slowly.
Again?
Yeah, it's
Oh, look at that. But just sprinkle, right?
Yeah.
You must have snow on the ground up where you are?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Centimeter or so.
Yeah. Compared to what I hear, like Seattle and Vancouver and all those places over there, and you know, whatever, they're socked in. You know, so. All my family's warning me, Dad, bring your ski boots and stuff.
Yeah.
Ski boots, all I've got is freaking sandals.
It's true. Whew.
Cameron is here for the last time in 2 weeks. I'm here for the last time in 2 weeks.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well, are you going to run the street for 2 weeks while I'm gone? Hi, this is Cameron. What are we going to do today?
Watch me check the email.
They were really quiet at first, but now they're talking about different stuff. So.
Join you this morning?
Lufthansa had it. Yeah, we've heard various airplanes. I forget the latest count. You know, Air France, KLM, Lufthansa, Cathay Pacific, Singapore Airlines, British Airways, Delta. Yeah. Those are the main ones I've heard about. I'm on Air Canada, and I've never heard anybody has seen it in Air Canada. I think they're the group with the Japanese. So the Japanese companies don't